Well, I have a problem saying no to cool things, I guess is how I've gotten down this path. So I was a member at the Forge, and I just was helping out with different things. I actually initially was applying for Sarah's job, but then the Forge approached me and said, "Hey, would you be interested in working here?" And I said, "Well, yeah."
April Harris, who's one of the co-founders here, she was an alumni of my program. And so my director connected me to her and said that could be a cool internship, and then I refused to leave afterwards. So it worked out very well.
There's a lot of entrepreneurship that goes on in both places, both within the model and just because of the people that the model attracts. So at the Forge, it's a lot of a startup, just getting an idea put down on paper, brought into three-dimensional space. And the natural place to go once you've come up with a business plan would be a space like HQ.
We have the event planners, we have the lawyers, the graphic designers, marketers, and my favorite part is seeing them interact just by themselves. So really having HQ positioned as that connecting hub, and then seeing it happen on its own, making those connections. And Joe and I have plans in the future to make a much clearer bridge between the Forge and HQ so that we can keep working on that partnership.
So I'm in the Entrepreneurship Program in the Bryan School at UNCG, and it's funny to be learning things that I'm immediately having to put into practice, or recognizing like, oh, that makes sense, I saw that yesterday. Being in the Entrepreneurship Program, the department itself is very entrepreneurial. So just speaking with different professors or students, they get out into the community a lot, and just seeking advice or imitating their actions has been really, really helpful.
I've had a very similar experience to Joe. A lot of what we learn in the classroom is actually happening in Greensboro, and it's nice to see, okay, I'm learning something very relevant to my community and very relevant to my work. And I took classes with Alison Bramwell, who's extremely passionate about her work, and that passion is imbued in her classes as well. So she got us talking about community issues and what is Greensboro, how can we make this different, how can we include people. So the professors in the program are very tuned in to their jobs and to the community, and they really make an impact on the students and connect us to the community. So it's the networking part as well, which is really, really important. I didn't get that at my undergrad institution, so it's very satisfying to have that connection between the universities and the people in the community.
I came to Greensboro to reconnect with some family I hadn't seen for some years. I stayed in Greensboro because I guess I just forgot to leave. I had intended first to travel around as a bartender, but I got interested in the community here. I sat behind the bar and just kept seeing and hearing these stories of people believing in the community here, and it's really endearing, and I couldn't bring myself to leave. I just forgot that I had planned to go somewhere else. So that brought me, I kind of grew roots and just met a really, really great network of people.
I came for school, my husband came for a job, and like Joe said, the community here is just all-encompassing. You get sucked right in, you want to be part of the action. And I usually don't settle down very easily, but like Joe, I feel like we're growing roots here, and it's a very rewarding, very engaging community.